I think Watt's gonna win. If this track goes green, it's gonna be a big.
No, probably not,
finish.
man. I'm just cruising tonight.
Nah,
I think it's going to be either Fatless or Asville.
nah, it's Watt. Watt is the man of strategy. This is a very strategic track.
I'm just here.
Well, thank you for your vote, but I'm not really expecting it.
I'm gonna wreck and die at the end of every green flag run.
Hey guys, if you see the lag, you better zig and zag.
So what you're saying, Sproles, don't get behind you?
I don't think that'll be a problem.
I'll explain.
Yeah, you gonna explain pit road and stuff tonight?
I sure will.
Alrighty, sir.
What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? It is Sunday night, another Sunday night in the lovely land of NNR truck racing. Tonight, we're going to be live from Homestead, Miami Speedway, deep in the bottom heart of Florida. I tell you, we got about 11 trucks on track tonight. It's another all-star field. Everybody from Papa Bear, Cowboy, SWAT, Asbull, Cowboy, everybody, and any truck racer that you follow with NNR should be on track tonight, including the 88 of old Watt Racing, the guy that got it done last week. That's right, he's locked into the championship, ready to defend. These guys are already over in qualifying, so we're going to get over to our buddies at Madison Rising here pretty quick, get our national anthem in and done. But man, hope everybody out there had a great 4th of July weekend. I know it was pretty quiet one for me. Some fireworks out in the backyard, courtesy of my neighbors. But that is about all she wrote. Definitely hope that you come along with me tonight as we get ready to call these guys for quite a few laps around this place. It's a pretty short track, pretty high banking. I think this is actually the first place to get the progressive banking, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, without further ado, let's bring it on over to Madison Rising, and we're going to talk about some racing. All right. So again, please stand, remove your hats. Here's as soon as I find them, I promise I'll find them. There we go. Please stand and remove your hats. Here's our buddies.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so cowering through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the free and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
All right, guys. So, yeah, one more time, big thank you to Madison Rising for allowing NNR to use their version of the national anthem at the start of every single one of these NNR races. And, man, what a good time. You know, I tell you, if you're like me, whether you have someone in the service, you know, if they're a first responder, fire, police, EMS, military, most of all, please head on over to MadisonRising.com or the since this video was released, the lead singer of Madison Rising, his name is Dave Bray. He's actually goes by he started up his own thing. He goes by Dave Bray USA. So go to DaveBrayUSA.com. He's got shirts, challenge coins, CDs, everything that you could possibly think of. And with none of the bands really out there doing much with all this COVID going on, you know, their sales and all that are down. So if you can go to the site, pick up a shirt. If you buy a shirt, I think he sends you an autographed CD as kind of a thank you. So, you know, everybody needs a little extra support nowadays. Why not be for a good cause? Again, that's what they are all about. All of your first responders and military. Dave Bray is actually a former Navy medic, got attached to a Marine unit, ended up being a so yeah, that's what they're about. And being being prior military, so am I. And right around this 4th of July holiday, it means just a little bit more. But yeah, thanks once again. Go on over to YouTube, go on over to Spotify, give them a big old like, give them a big old thumbs up, say thanks, and yeah, we're gonna kind of go on our way. I can tell you that the boys are just about. Let me see, they're still in qualifying. It shouldn't be much longer. But if you take a look at the points that continue to scroll across the bottom of the screen, Aspel's still on top. Watt Racing got it done last week, so he's also locked in now. But for positions 3rd through 6th, they're separated by like 5 points. So Lil Tank, Swats, and Trip, I mean, it's 76, 78, 79. After that, Cowboy's got a little bit of work to do, but he could absolutely get it done. He's been on a bit of a tear ever since we got through the short tracks, and Yeah, he's done a pretty good job. He's made up a lot of points. I'm hoping he can kind of dig himself out of a little bit of a hole he's in, and maybe get it done. If not tonight, maybe next week at Martinsville. Again, I mentioned that he was pretty good at the short tracks, and yeah, we got one more in this eliminator round, and that's next week at the old paperclip Martinsville Speedway. I'd love to see him get it done there. Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and remove that. As you see, that's the remaining schedule for the eliminator round. It's none other than Homestead this week, and that's again for all three series. That's for tonight in the trucks, Tuesday night in the Xfinity, and again on Thursday night when the Cup guys take their turn around this differently banked speedway. I tell you, I was actually down here for. I was actually down at Homestead for Junior's last ride, where Martin Truex Jr. won the championship. So that was definitely really cool. Worm Rider, what's happening, sir? How are you? Man, thanks for putting that collaboration stream together. I went back and checked on it later on. That was pretty cool, man. That was a great job. Actually, if you go back on my YouTube channel under the same name, Repeat 1975, just after the spring Michigan race, I did the same thing. Or I'm sorry, I can't say that. I didn't put it together. NNR Mountain, who's also he's kind of moved on to do a bit of iRacing. He put a 4-screen collaboration together. It was my stream as the main, and then 3 guys in the stream. I'm sorry, in the race that were streaming as well. Just like tonight, I'll have NNR Cowboy and NNR SWATs to kind of let me know where they're at as far as lap counts and fuel strategy, things like that. But yeah, it's a great little idea. I know why I know why you asked. I mean, we can't automatically retwitch anybody else's stream without their permission. I definitely appreciate you reaching out to us and asking. So it was a great thing for the community, Worm Rider. But the guys are done qualifying. I'll have some information here in just a little bit. Find out who was able to grab that pole. I'm gonna put my money on a guy that's probably been fast all season long, or ever since he joined NNR, and that's probably gonna be Asbel. I talked to Watt. He said he's just going to kind of take this week easy. He's not really going to press it. He's going to let some of the other guys really do what they can to knock out a win. So we'll have to see who's able to get it done tonight. But as far as pole, I think it's probably going to be somebody that's been asked constantly. I would have to say an Asbel or a Fatless Dig. Cowboy definitely. NNR Drake, or formerly known as Exclusively Elite. I'd have to really go along that line. So we'll see here in just a little bit. I can tell you that they've still got the lobby paused, getting some last-minute instruction from NNR SWAT about how they're going to run this, where they're going to merge coming off of the pits, where they've got a signal going down pit road, which signaling saying that you're going to be pitting that lap. Should be on the backstretch, definitely plenty of room there, and then more than likely they've got to follow the apron all the way around turn 1 and 2 to merge back on the straightaway. I just saw that invite come in from SWATs, and then there's one from Papa Bear. So we're gonna go ahead and take that, and yeah, we're gonna load in and get ready to do some racing. Homestead Miami Speedway. I remember when they made the big deal about the progressive banking at this track. Unfortunately, they tried the same thing at Bristol, and in my opinion, I think they ruined it. But that's just me. I was a fan of the years and years of beating and banging around on the bottom at Bristol. So we'll have to see. But here we are. It's another Sunday night. 11 trucks on track. Don't forget, Thursday night will be $75 up for grabs. 75 smackers. And if you haven't already ordered your Heat 5 and you happen to win that, well, you can go ahead and purchase it for yourself. Hopefully, I'll have mine here soon. Amazon keeps telling me that I'll have it on the 9th, even though it's a release and I should have it on Tuesday. But let's take the field here. So yeah, as they start their pace lap, it looks like it will be the 8 truck of Asbel with the hold on. Yeah, the 8 truck of Asbel on the pole. Then we got the 5 of Little Tank to his outside. Tank's got a little something to prove tonight that he can be up here and he could steal a win from this 8 truck. Then we got the 64 of Exclusively Elite, or now known as NNR Drake. Then we got the 75 of Fatless Dig. Fatless had an amazing race last week. Then we got the 33 Trippy Main. Trippy's been doing a lot of practicing with the 8 truck of Asbel, and he has absolutely gotten better and faster as the season's gone on. Then we got the 18 of Cowboy. Cowboy right now sitting 6th in points. Really needs to make something happen tonight. Then we got the 17 of Spurl. Spurl was kind of a late entry into the race tonight, but glad to see that truck on track. And we got the hold on. Yeah, that's right. The 25 of Alpha York with the 88 of Watt Racing sitting back there in 9th. Then we got the 51 of Swats rocking that Rico North Carolina Blue Cross Blue Shield colors. Then we got the 90 of old Papa Bear. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to come back to Papa Bear here in just a little bit. But for now, we're going to get back up with our leaders, take them green. It's going to be the 8 of Trip to the line. Going to bring us. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we go. There we go. All right, I couldn't get that changed over. But, yeah, when they come by the line the next time, I'll kind of grab us a lap count. Little Tank out really pushing hard on that high side. You'll see a lot of high side momentum throughout the night. But you'll also see some people get a little loose up there as well when they're trying to come off those corners. It all depends on where they started in the preset and how much they choose to free it on up. 64 is going to try to pass that 8. Here's an example of that high side momentum. 8 was able to stay in the gas for just a little bit longer and use the banking to his advantage to come on all the way around. Now the 64s, he's going to be kind of trapped down there. Yeah, he's got a preferred line, but the 8 has that line on lock. As long as he stays outside the 64, the 8's not going to be able. I'm sorry, the 64's not going to be able to get back in the gas right where he wants to, and really pull up or pass that 8 truck. Asbel is just way too strong, and I think Drake right now is just seeing that. Rock NASCAR, good to see you, sir. Welcome to another Sunday night with these truck guys, these NNR truck guys. Got a couple guys that are locked in now. You got Asbel and Old Watt Racing. They are going to be, they're sure-ins for the championship race in just 2 very short weeks when we take it all and wrap it up at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But tonight it's all about Homestead Miami Speedway, and man, it should be pretty good. I'm going to work my way through the field here just a little bit more. A little bit of highlight action, a little bit of low light action. Here you see the 18 of Cowboy really trying to dive it under the 25, but here comes the 75 of Fatless Dig back on his outside. Again, that is the advantage that the high side has over the bottom line. It's kind of like a miniature Kansas, I guess. That's really what it's like. But they've got 25 laps here in stage 1, or 25 laps in stage 1. So I guess it means that this stage is probably right around 30 laps. I'm going to guess stage 1 and stage 2 are very, very similar. Rock, while you're there, I did get those pictures that you sent. I was actually upgrading my screens this afternoon. I will get those done for you as soon as I possibly can, sir. Probably tomorrow. A little bit of 3-wide action here now. 75 down low, 25 in the middle. And 5 a little tank. 5 a little tank's kind of dropping back just a little bit after starting on pole. Once the 8 got in front of him, he wasn't able to get back on by. But yeah, Rock, I'll actually send you a picture of what my setup looks like now. I got rid of that old 19 or 20-inch monitor and replaced it with a 42-inch TV. So yeah, it's a little bit better now. I can see everything, I'll tell you that. I'm going to keep on going through the field here. There's a 25 of the Alpha York right now on the outside of the 75 of Fatless Dig. There's the 18, 25. Yeah, that's kind of, this is kind of like the hornet's nest that HD would often refer to. And yeah, you got a couple guys that are absolutely pulling away. Then you got this big old pack sitting behind him, 5 of Little Tank and the 75 Fatless Dig. 5's going to try to do a little slide job up inside the 25, and he was actually successful, but that blocked the 75 of Fatless Dig all the way down to the inside wall. I think he was able to steer it away, so no big damage, hopefully. Just unfortunate, wrong time, wrong place kind of a deal. But that's definitely going to cost the 75 some big time, and he's just got to wait for that for this first stage to be over and done with, so we can get racked and stacked back up here under the Homestead Miami lights. I love it, and yeah, keep it going. Here's a 51 of Swats. Right in front of the 17 of Spurl. Spurl was kind of a late addition to tonight's race. His information, which made him eligible to race tonight, was a little late by about 15 to 20 minutes. But his peers have enough respect for him. They listened to him. He had done everything he had to do. Just forgot to submit it. So Spurl's a good guy. But as of right now, up front, it's all still about this 8 and the 64 battling side by side. 64 down low, 8 in that middle line. 8's going to be able to keep him pinched down, and just look at him rocket off this corner. Really able to kind of up off that middle line back to the high line, keep the momentum, and he's going to make that pass going across the start stripe that time by, move the 8 back to the point. 64 looks like he's not done yet. He wants that lead. He knows he's got a good truck. These guys, just like the 33 at Trippy Main, these guys are both teammates, and it looks like if Aswell gave him a setup, maybe just kind of a starting point or something like that, I'm guessing that Drake found the rest, or he's just, he's been getting better and better since joining NNR. So I don't know if I want to, just give the whole nod of the cap or tip of it to just him doing this well, because he's now working with Asbel, because Tripp's back there also, and he's not doing so great right now. A little bit of contact there between the 8 and the 64, able to keep it squared away. Definitely saw the 8 a little loose. Here's the 75 Fatless Dig. Definitely lost the back end of this pack, or of the field. I think he's only got the 90 of Papa Bear behind him right now. Again, just holding on. With the amount of laps we have, I don't think the 75 will have to worry about getting lapped. He's just got to make sure that he doesn't get too much damage, and he can keep this going. I'm actually going to work my way through the field here a little bit, try to catch up to the 18 Cowboy. There we go. Nice little battle right here. You got the 25, 88, 18, and the 5, all in this little bit of a cluster. Cowboy looks like he made a little bit of contact with the wall, and that made another guy kind of react, go down below that yellow line, or below the white line. There is no out of bounds here, and he's just going to have to also really kind of bide his time, wait for this stage to be over, and try to capitalize on whatever he can do. Still, tell you what, those leaders, they're still dueling side by side. I just don't want to spend all the time on these guys that just passed by the front of the camera right there. But they are doing a phenomenal job keeping it, swapping the position. 64 will go down low, then the 8 will come right back on him. Here you see it again, 64 washing up just a little bit, ever close to his door, knows that he needs that high line for the same momentum that the 8 of Asbel has. Across the line that time, you got to give it to Asbel. Then you got the 64 down low. Pre-Bill, good to see you, sir. How you been? Five Little Tank down low below the 33 of Trippy Main, or NNR Trip now. 18 of Cowboys right there with him. Prebill, I haven't seen you, it feels like, as the saying goes, in a dog's age, sir. I hope you're well. Trip also looking like he's getting a little loose. It's part of that, they're right around the part of the run where they haven't gotten the chance to go down pit road as of yet to really make any adjustments on these trucks. They haven't been able to loosen them up or tighten them up, do nothing with the air pressures or the tape or the wedge or anything like that. Next time by, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count. I believe the stage was about 30 laps long. We've got 12 laps left here in stage 1, Prebill. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Trip and the 18 of Cowboy yet again. Again, they're getting to that part of the run where if they started on a higher preset, they're gonna get loose faster than some of the guys that started on a lower preset. That's really where the pit road adjustments come into play, getting it in, either loosening it up or tightening up depending on where you started, and then see what you're able to do with the truck. But they may not be able to get their full setup in under the first green flag pit stop. They may have to wait until that stage break where everybody's got 30 to 40 seconds to make any and all adjustments that they need. But depending on where they qualified, they may start further back on pit road and may not have enough time to get their adjustments in. As you see a couple of the guys starting to peel off, go down pit road for the first green flag stop. Should be the only green flag stop of stage 1. 17 of Spurl. 25 of Alpha York. Here's the 88 of Watt Racing. Your last year's series champion out here again this year, trying to defend that. Again, only about 11 or 12 trucks on track tonight. It's that part of the season where, unfortunately, some people say, you know what, I can't win it anymore. I can't get it. What's the sense? Well, the sense is you kind of finish something that you start, right? Well, not everybody feels that way, but that's all right. These people will be, they know that they're appreciated. If you go back, further or earlier in the season, you could definitely see where we were. We had 30 to 38 cars on track. It was phenomenal. It was a great time. If you go to my YouTube channel, that's where all of my my Twitch races are, and you can go back all the way to Daytona if you want and watch just certain races or every race if you want. If you could fast forward to the end if you want to see who won them and how they won them. So yeah. Yeah, it's all under repeat 1975. The 5 Little Tank taking his truck down pit road. $75 Fatless Dig and a 25 at Alpha York. A little bit of a duel there. I tell you what, Alpha, he definitely slid that truck up, and very, very lucky that he didn't catch the bumper as these two still going side by side. This is going through 1 and 2, now heading down the back stretch. Definitely a bit more spread out than they were earlier. That usually happens after their green flag pit stops. Different pit stops, different strategies, and different amounts of time to take it on down pit road. Let's see. Next time on by, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count again. I'm actually gonna. There we go. Let's see. I've got the streams of both Cowboy Matt or NNR Cowboy and NN Swats up for the night. Right now, Swats looks like he's running in P5 and Cowboy is in P6. They're both coming off the off turn 4 right now. And at the line, looks like survey says 6 laps remaining. Now the 64 and the 8 were having a really good duel in the beginning before those stops. Here's the 8 of Asbel right now, and I don't see the 64 in front. That doesn't mean he's not. Let's switch up our camera a little bit. That might be the 64 in front of him if Asbel's pit stop was just a little bit slower. But he's definitely got a pretty fast truck. Yeah, I don't see the 64 behind him as they buzzed on by. I think that's the 64. I'm actually going to move up to him. Nope, there's Drake, so it's definitely not him in front of Asbel. Looks like he might have got a black flag because he is definitely marked further back in traffic. So I'm going to go with the assumption that the 8 right now is your leader. I think that was just the 33 of Trippy Main that or NNR Trip that he passed. Nope, not him. A little bit of a battle here between the 75 and 24. Unfortunately, because most of these guys run a custom paint scheme, I can't tell you for sure who's in the lead, but I'm pretty positive that it's going to be this truck right here. It's going to be the 8 truck, and he's definitely got a bit of a gap on the rest of the field right now. Yeah, I'm really going to guess that maybe Drake went into the pits and got caught with a black flag or something because he lost a ton of time to Asbel. Although I tell you what, it could have been the 5 that was the leader because now he's he's right here unless he just got lapped. Unfortunately, none of the guys are streaming tonight have up a top 5 menu. Both of them are kind of watching their fuel and their tires and things like that. So I think that just put the 8 back in the lead. And I'm going to guess across the line next time it should be right around 2 laps to go. Once either the 19 of Cowboy or the 51 come off the line, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count again. Actually, no need. I'm pretty sure that was the end of the stage right there. So looks like it's going to be the 8, then the 5, maybe the 64. We'll see once one of them brings up their menu. All right, so Drake, Asbel, Little Tank, Trip, Cowboy, Alpha York, Fatlastig, Spurl, Swats, Watt Racing, and then Papa Bear. So that's your top 11. Let's take a quick commercial break, and we will be. No, actually, I'm not going to do that because there's not enough time. I try to make sure that if we do take a quick commercial break, that we come back and there's no issue. But yep, not this time. All right. Starting back up, 64 of NNR Drake, 8 of Asbull, the 5 Little Tank, and the 33 Trip. That's going to be your top 4. Top 5 is going to be rounded out by the 18 of Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy. I keep saying Cowboy Matt. But 64's got the preferred line for the first lap anyway. 8 should be able to hang strong with them for, again, for the first lap. But that high side, the momentum that the high side has, will definitely help the 8. 64 maybe tried to pull up just a little bit, get a little bit of a side draft. I don't think he got quite close enough. Here comes the 5 Little Tank. He's going to get right behind that 64 and try to give him a big old push down this stretch. And as the streams of these other guys catch up, we'll see how many laps we've got here in stage number 2. And it looks like it's going to be 26. So first stage was also right around 25 to 30 laps. Second stage looks like it's going to be 27 laps. So everybody will have to take one green flag pit stop. Here comes the 33 on the outside of the 64 of Drake, and had the 8 on the far outside. So that was a good old 3-wide battle to kick off the second stage. Not too shabby. Asbull trying to fight hard back on the outside. 64 thought about a little bit of a slide job, but didn't quite have enough room to pull it off. So they're going to stay side by side going into 3 and 4. 33 a Trip right behind him. There's the 18 of Cowboy now. Watt Racing is going to go ahead and join him on the high side. So is the 25 of Alpha York. A couple guys a little bit further back in the pack. Just different lines, new tires, full tank of gas, just trying to get every position that they can. Another good battle here for the top 3, top 5 spots. All staying together, close in tow. Everybody should have their full setup in now. They had enough time to do anything they needed with the air pressures, crank up the tape, bring it down maybe, change the wedge, do what they had to do. I'm expecting a little bit more of a draft effect now. At least up until we get the green flag pit stops in. But as of right now, it's all about the 8 of Asbull up front, 64 of Drake, 33 of Trippy, and then here's the 5 and the 18. They were just battling side by side for just a little bit. Phenomenal battle between these two. They are absolutely fighting hard in both lines, and 64 just can't get back in the throttle soon enough to be able to power his way through the corner, because if he does that, he's got to use the track to wash up just a little bit, and he doesn't want to wash up in front or into the side of the 8 truck. So he's doing everything that he can to mind his P's and Q's, meanwhile staying fast, staying racy, and he's doing a great job. Different perspective here from the 5 a Little Tank, right in the middle of this pack rather. 18 a Cowboy up high, right behind him is going to be Watt. 64 Drake also on that high side, whole lot of momentum. Cowboy just gave that 5 a big old shot coming off the corner. Definitely had a little bit more to it than the 5 did, and that again, the 18 a Cowboy, he's got to go, and he knows it. He's last in points heading into these last 2 races in the elimination round, or eliminator round rather, and yeah, he needs to make up some points. As you can see there on that scroll across the bottom of the screen, Cowboy is in last. He's 11 points behind Trip, and that was actually the guy that he was just dueling with right there for that part of, I'm sorry, not Trip. He was just dueling with the 5 a Little Tank, but Trip's actually ahead of him. A little bit of a 3-wide action right here between the 25, the 18, and the 88. 88 again, Watt Racing, keeping it down low. Here's the 75 Fatless Dig. He's also using that high line, try to keep the truck wound up. 3 wide again, coming off turn 4. 88 very, very low. either he got a little loose or he just said that he had to. He didn't feel too comfortable being that close to the other trucks. These guys have been green since the drop of the green flag. We've only had just the stage break for everybody to get in and make any adjustments. NNR is definitely known for their green flag racing. Not very many cautions at all. Even when the lobbies were bigger than they are right now, NNR is not known for their cautions. They're known more for the green flag racing. As you see again, a 3-wide fight there behind this 18 of Cowboy, 88 of Watt Racing, the 75 of Fatless Dig. They're all taking different lines. 75 seems like he was taking it way down low. 88 was in the middle. 18 was up high. Now they got the 33, or I'm sorry, the 25 of Alpha York right here as well. Here's looks like the 17 of Spurl. He's going to go ahead and take his truck down pit road first. I'm going to guess he's got into his where he could make it on fuel from here. Actually, this time by, it looks like there's 16 laps left in stage 2. Now, guys, talking about stage 2, don't forget on Thursday night. Throughout stage 1 and stage 2 of the Cup race, that'll be right here at Homestead. You've got those stages to watch these guys pick up on who might be, the consistently in the top 3, not the top 5 or the top 10. Who's consistently in the top 3? And if you can cast a vote, and the top 3 that you name, and you're the first to name them, are the ones that HD Motorsports and I are talking to in our post-race discussions. I've got $75 that we're going to be giving away this week, hopefully right here at Homestead. We've had the money constantly roll over every single because nobody's been able to pick the correct top 3. Well, if you can break that trend, come on out Thursday night. You've got all of stage 1 and all of stage 2 to let me know who your top 3 is. And they don't have to finish in any given order. It's just got to be the correct 3 drivers. If you can do that, again, $75 Microsoft Cash will be in your account. You just gotta pick the correct ones. Eight of Asbel looks like he's got the field kind of in hand. To 64 Drake and NNR Trip, not too far off his bumper. Those guys look like they're working together just a little bit. But that 8 truck of Asbel, just like every week, it's like he's got this thing on rails and he's doing a phenomenal job. Have to see if he's able to put the whole race together. We'll have to see. But right now, first through third is going to be the 8 of Asbel, 33 of Tripp, and the 64 of NNR Drake. Then it looks like the 5 of Little Tank giving a 75 of Fatless Dig. A big old shove down this back stretch. I'm sorry, that was the front stretch, rather. I was just talking about the 75 of Fatless Dig. Fatless actually got it done in the Xfinity race on Tuesday night from Michigan. That was an amazing race. Glad to see someone that's usually in the beginning or at the top of that kind of a mid pack, as it looks like we got 12 laps remaining here in stage 2. So very glad to see Fatless go ahead and get it done, knock it out of the park. He's gonna be fighting for an Xfinity Series championship, and man, I'm happy for the guy. I really am. There we go. Got to reposition the fan just a little bit, getting a little warm up here. Gonna keep on going through. Pop Bear down on pit road, getting his service. You can still hear the engine, so he should be coming out here pretty soon. Yep, there he is moving around just a little bit. I'm guessing that's the rights and then the lefts going on. Look at it. I tell you what, I'm going to guess, looking at this 5 truck, these are some old UPS Dale Jarrett. We want to race the truckers. I don't have that actual car right here in front of me. I do have his Dale Jarrett's Muppets car though. It's actually on the bottom left of the camera. You see the Budweiser from Kevin Harvick's number 29 sitting there. That car is actually one right next to it. There's Fatless Dig. All right, it's time at the line. It's going to be 8 laps remaining here in stage 2. I can tell you, Cowboy right now is in P7. He's got Tripp in 5th, Drake in 6th, Cowboy 7th, Alpha York in 8th, and Fatless Dig in 9th. That's the way the back half of the field stacks up. It looks like the only ones behind them right now, I think, are going to be the 17 of Spurl. I'm not 100% sure, and then the 90 of Papa Bear. You know, and another big shout out to Papa Bear. He actually popped into the booth last Thursday when the Cup guys were at Michigan, and made a little bit of an announcement. And he said it's not just a one-time thing. He's going to do it every now and then. But yeah, he popped up into the booth and said that he had a number 22 Ward Burton Caterpillar Dodge that was actually signed by Ward Burton, and he was going to give it away to whoever won the race. Well, none of the drivers knew that, and he surprised the more smoke after the win with that die cast. So, Pop Bear, you're a gentleman and a scholar, and we definitely appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. I know you did the same thing a little bit earlier in the season when you had a Richard Petty biography card that was signed by Richard Petty. You gave that away, and Arca Driver 9 was able to win that off that stream. So yeah. All right, looks like they've got 5 laps remaining. I'm going to work my way back up towards Aswell, see what he's got anywhere around him right now. Looks like he's up front, no immediate challenges. Looks like the 33 and the 64 of Drake and Tripp are running 2nd and 3rd, and 8's in he's in a land all on his own. Now, as the guys behind him see him go low, I would actually make sure that I stuck up around the high side to try to make up as much time, because if he's down there, he's not able to get back in the gas as soon, and he's not carrying the same kind of momentum on the straightaways. So if that was me, I'd be right back up on that high side and really trying to dig. But again, that's just me. I could sit here and play Monday morning quarterback all I want, and who knows, if I was out there actually driving or playing, I might see something different. So who knows, man. But looks like Cowboy's been able to move up to 5th. Tripp right in front of him. Drake in 3rd. That means 1st and 2nd are actually a little different. Actually, right now it's saying that this is your leader, Old Watt Racing. Watt is going into 1 and 2. We see 2 laps remaining. So this is actually your leader right now. Cowboys back in 5th. Tripp is in 4th. Drake is in 3rd. And I'm going to guess the 8 truck of Aswell right now is in 2nd place. So this is your leader. I'm sure he's going to try to hold on to it. We'll have to see. 1 lap remaining. I don't see anybody in. Actually, nope. That was the end of the stage right there. I'm gonna guess something happened. Yep, Cowboy finished 5th. So I'm gonna guess it was Asbel. I'm sorry, Watt, Asbel, Drake, Tripp, Cowboy, Alpha York, and then Swats. So congratulations to him. Now we're gonna go ahead and take that commercial break. You want to know how to follow NNR? Check out this quick commercial.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
All right, there you go. Yep, go to Twitter, go to Facebook, YouTube. It's nnrleague.com for their website. Take a look at all the drivers, their stats, their finishing, where they've done. Of course, No Name _ Racing on Twitter, HD _ Motorsports for HD, and then me, old Repeat. It looks like on the front row is going to be the 88 of Watt Racing. The 8 of Aswell 2 is outside. 64 of NNR Drake. 33 of Trippy Main. That is going to be your top 4. 8's definitely powering by on that outside. Doesn't have any, the 88, I should say, doesn't have any help on the bottom. So those top 3 nose to tail. And looks like the 5 of Lil Tank, he's going to go ahead and blow on by as well. Once they come around the start stripe to complete the first lap of green in stage 3. I'll go ahead and see how many laps we've got left in the race. Let's see. Cowboy right now is in 5th. Swats is back in 11th. So Cowboy should give me some information first. And it looks like we've got 70 laps remaining here in the final stage to complete the race. And I'm going to guess that something happened with Cowboy because his fuel light just came on. So I'm going to guess that he forgot to complete his pit stop, and that's definitely going to hurt him. No more stage breaks to get caught up or anything like that. Kind of a rough break, but here we go. 64 of Drake, 25 Alpha York, 5 of Lil Tank, and a 75 of Fatless Dig. A little bit of side-by-side action, 2 rows deep with the top 3 nose to tail. Again, the top 3 is going to be the 64 of Drake, 88 of Watt Racing, and then the 8 of Asbel. And it looks like Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy, he's going to go ahead and take it down pit road right now to gas that thing up. And he's going to grab 4 tires as well, so I don't think he pit under that stage break. Very unfortunate for him. It's going to mean that he's really got to hope that a caution is going to come out to where he can get caught back up and really not lose too much time, but he will absolutely lose 1 lap in this issue right now. But look at this, 3 wide for 2 rows deep, 88 down low. There we go, 64, 33, 88 down low, 5 of Little Tank, 25 Alpha York, 8 of Asbel up high, 33 giving that 8 truck a big push all the way down the straightaway, heading again into turns 1 and 2, getting ready to come on down this backstretch. 64 of Drake should definitely have quite a bit of momentum right here, but it looks like the 88 has that thing tuned up. Looks like the high line where it had the momentum before may not have quite the same effect depending on what the setting is like, but here's the 25 to the inside. That kind of blocked the 64 from trying any kind of a crossover on the 88. 88 now is going to stay right up in the middle to high track. holding off the 25, but wants to wash back up again in front of the 64, just like that. 64 looks like he might have got a little bit loose. Not too bad though, but the racing behind these guys, man, it's a fierce battle. Actually, let's go ahead and ride on board with old Fatless Dig here for a lap or two, as it looks like he's battling for about P5 or P6 right here. You know what? Go ahead, do a quick get up. And a little bit of contact there, a little bit of a push. That kind of put the 75 back into the wall, had to check up, and that is not going to bode well for the 75. He might have some front right damage, not 100% sure. Let's see if we can catch, yeah, a little bit. Not too bad though, but I think that might actually tighten up that truck a little bit too much. He's going to have to hope either for a caution or that it's not too much damage to repair the first time he takes that truck down pit road for his green flag pit stop. All right, so we were going to do it with the 75, but you know what? Instead, let's go ahead and ride along with the 25 here. Old Alpha York. He's got the 88 Watt Racing 64 and the 5 little tank right behind it. So again, let's try this a different way. Go ahead and crank it up, guys. Have fun. Well, I just saw that, but it doesn't look like that brought out a caution for some reason. Not 100% sure what happened right there. I'm not sure if he got run over from behind or what that issue was, but definitely some interesting audio. It really sounded like his like the back end of that truck got lifted up off the ground, and you heard the RPMs kind of peg. Yeah, pretty tough for old Alpha right now. It's a good thing that he's not in for the championship hunt with 62 laps remaining here at Homestead, because that would definitely hurt him with all that track position. Good news is though he's got Cowboy right behind him. They might be able to do a little bit of drafting. That'll definitely help their lap times if they can work collectively. But different line, different setups. Presets, tire. I mean, there's so much that goes into a race. I don't know if they'll actually be able to get that close. Right now, it looks like the 88 Watt Racing is able to hold on to the lead. He's got the 5 truck old UPS machine of Little Tank right behind him. Then the 64 of NNR Drake, and I believe the 8 of Asbull is back there as well. Actually, the 8 of Asbull right now is in third, trying to look underneath this 5 of Little Tank. Nope, that was the 64 of Drake. Asbull is going to be a little bit back, or no, he's actually way back. I'm guessing something happened, maybe made a little bit of contact with the wall, and it's definitely allowed these 3 to get up here and really kind of scoot away just a little bit. So right now it's going to be the 88 Watt Racing 64 of Drake, 5 of Little Tank, and the 75 of Fatless Dig. 88 looks like he got a little loose right there coming off the corner. Again, difference of a preset. He's definitely going to want to think about maybe taking it on down pit road here in just a little bit. I can tell you that 6th through 10th right now at 59 laps to go is going to be Fatless Dig, NNR Spurl, NNR Swats, NNR Papa Bear, and then the 10 of the 25 of Alpha York in 10th after that issue on the track. 64 of Drake looks like he was able to motor on by on the outside of the 88. The 88 is still looking way. Whoa! Look at that pass. I'm guessing the 64 caught a little bit of a wall and definitely slowed him down. That allowed the 88 to get on by, the 75 to get on by. 5, a little tank, is also dropping back just a little bit. Not out of the draft of these guys, but definitely does not have the same position that he held just a couple of very short laps ago. 88 at Watt Racing, still to the point. 75 Fatless Dig, now running P2. 64 is going to try to look down low at him. Here comes the 33 at Trip. He's going to try to complete that pass as well. But nope, 75 Fatless Dig was able to come on down, collect him just a little bit. Everybody here is running that high side and not really giving up an inch. And as I say, they're running the high side, making a liar out of me. The only one that's staying up there is the 64. 75 tried to go down low, but I think that's not quite going to be the fastest way around for that truck. Sometimes I just really like to listen to these guys get after it. I mean, I'm glad when they released the trailers for Heat 5, they made known that the sounds weren't changing. They're a whole lot better than they were in Heat 3. Heat 3, when you're in spectate mode, it just sounded like a damn weed whacker. Well, in Heat 4, they definitely made it a whole lot better, made it actually sound racy. And I couldn't be happier about that. It looks like a battle for the lead right now. Let's see if I can't get up there. Looking ahead from the 88, got the 75 down low, 64 up high. 75 is going to really throw it down into the corner and try to hold it there if he can, but the 64 should have some momentum off the high side. 75 to get back in the gas and get back to the lead. 75, what a great slide to move on up, and now he's got that high side to see if he's going to be able to do anything with it. He's got the 88 of Watt Racing very, very close in tow. 75 is going to get back in the gas, going to slide up against the wall just a little bit. 88 is going to move down just so he doesn't accidentally get collected. And yeah, just like that, big old slide job by the 75, but 64 was the motor is on his way right on by again. Here's the 8 of Aswell now dealing with the 5 of Little Tank. Aswell is using a little bit of the draft to try to shoot under, but the 5 should be able to hold his line on that outside, as you see right there. Yeah, I tell you, I really love that UPS throwback. He's got the chrome rims and everything. That's a phenomenal looking. Oh! Looks like that issue right there so far has not. Yep, it looks like that is actually going to bring out the caution. Our first caution here in quite a few races. So these guys are going to be able to take it on down the road, fix any damage. This is definitely going to help the 25 of Alpha York and the 18 of NNR Cowboy to get that lap back. Hopefully, it was the first truck one lap down, and yeah. Man, this is a phenomenal break because everybody will be pitting, so he should get that lap back if he wasn't the first truck, which he may not have been. We'll have to see. Because some have already, I think some people have already pit. Kind of grab a running order here. Definitely gonna have the 64. Actually, everybody from Spurl on back is one lap down. So those pit stops that they've already attempted, that's caught a few people a lap down. Here's the 64 and the 8 battling hard on the front row. 33 of Trip, 88 of Watt Racing, 18 of Cowboy, and 25 back there as well. Right now, Cowboy looks like he'd be in position to get his lap back, be the first car one lap down. A little bit of contact deeper in the pack, coming off that corner, 5 wheel tanks down low. But up front, it's all side by side, first 2 rows. Again, 64 and 8, 33 in the 88, 5 and the 75. That's all side by side, as well as the 5 wheel tank and the 51 of NNR SWATs. These guys, even at full speed now, they're like they just got started. I definitely like that UPS throwback. Great battle up front right now between your top 4, top 5. 33 up high, 64 in the middle, 88 down low. 64 is going to try to get back into gas sooner than the 33 to be able to wash up, and it looks like he's going to actually be able to do that, getting in behind the 8 in front of the 33, but also in front of the 18 and the 88 that continue to battle side by side with 75 of Fatless Dig very, very close in tow. Definitely scraped that wall just a little bit, took away just a little bit of speed to allow the 88 of Watt Racing to complete that pass. Now in front of Watt, well, there was just a side-by-side battle. Trip kind of scrapes that wall just a little bit, and that's going to allow the 18 to draw in just a little closer, as well as the 88. 75 Fatless Dig, also not too far off the 88's tailgate. We are under green. We are not under yellow. There's 25 Alpha York taking it down pit road now. 75 and 88, 18 and the 33, then 64 and the 8. That's all the way through the top 5. Pop Bear definitely looks like he's fighting a little bit of a loose condition off of turn 4 as he came across the start at that time. This time, or that time by, was 40. That's actually going to be 43 laps to go, because the 18 of Cowboys is absolutely 1 lap down right now. 64 and 33 definitely dueling hard coming off the corner. Looks like the 18 of Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy, wants to kind of join in on that fun as well. Maybe thought about taking it 3 wide to these red, white, and blue trucks right in the middle of them. And meanwhile, that old Bobby Labonte or Kyle Busch throwback that Cowboys run almost all season is up there on the high side, running pretty well. And I'm pretty sure Cowboy right now is the first truck 1 lap is the first truck as far as those that are fighting for that lucky dog. So if he's able to stay where he is and a caution happens to come out, he would definitely get his lap back. So Cowboy's got a little bit to fight for as he's trying to hold off the 75 of Fatless Dig coming through the corner side by side. 88 of Watt Racing not too far back. Watt's absolutely shown to have a pretty fast machine tonight as well. 33 of Trip in P3, 64 of Drake in P4. Behind the 18, looks like it's going to be the 75 of Fatless Dig. But I don't think this is really a challenge for position, because Cowboy is actually 1 lap down, where I think the 75 of Fatless Dig is on the lead lap. But again, not 100% sure. That is a tool that I am absolutely looking forward to when Heat 5 comes out here in just a couple of very, very short days. Tuesday it'll be released, and I'm really hoping that Amazon is on the ball and sends me my game ships it out tomorrow overnight from Raleigh or Durham or whatever, and comes in the mail when I get off work, to where I can hop on and stream it for everybody. Go through the different tracks, go through the sounds, take a look at spectate mode, depending on what's out there. But supposedly we've got a couple of the tools for spectate mode, to where we can see the running order. We can see a lap count. I don't think we've got an interval between cars, but I tell you what, if we've got a running order and a lap count, I'll deal with the interval later, because it'll be easier just to pan through the cameras trying to find who's next. You know what? I never changed I just realized that I never changed the stream, but that's all right. I'll change it later. Bit of a duel here, a little bit further in the back, between the 17 of Spurl and the 51 of Swats, fighting pretty hard. Swats staying up high, 17 of Spurl down low. But again, that high side momentum carries the 51 all the way around. See if maybe he can use that momentum to get on by the 17. Yep, he's going to be able to take that position, but it also looks like the 17 might have got a little bit of the wall as well. Back up front, looks like it's going to be the 8 of Asbel, 64 of Drake, 33 of Tripp. Let's see, it's the line this time by. Looks like we got about 35 laps remaining. Again, your top three, pretty much all teammates. 8 of Asbel, 33 of Tripp, 64 of NNR Drake, 75 of Fatless Dig. Cowboy back there trying to fight to be, or to stay, I should say, the first car on the lead lap. Then the 75 of Fatless Dig, and 88 of Watt Racing. Kind of wonder if Watt's just kind of biding his time, maybe saving a little bit of gas, and doing his thing, kind of like what we saw at the end of stage 2. So even though Watt knows that he's going to be able to defend his title, he got the win last week at Michigan, knows that no matter what happens here at Homestead or next week at Martinsville, he will be racing in Atlanta to defend his Truck Series championship. And man, he's all over Twitter and Facebook and whatnot, going on and on and on about how happy that's made him. Starting to see a little bit more separation between all these truckers. Again, there's only about 5 or 6 on the lead lap. Everybody else got caught a lap down with an untimely, to say the least, caution that had popped out. Those guys had gone down pit road for their full service caution, came out, tripped them a lap down, and right now, Cowboys that we're keeping an eye on right now is actually the first truck that's one lap down, highest in the running order. So he's really just trying to stay ahead of some of these other guys. If he was actually where he is on track on the lead lap, he'd be battling Lil Tank for P4. So he's got a fast truck. He just needs a caution to come out here pretty soon to grab that, get that lap back. He would be the lucky dog, so he'd be able to pit right off the bat, come back out, and try to contend. All right, 7th is where he's at right now. The other guy that's streaming tonight, Swats, he's back there in 9th. And but so far tonight, it's all been between the 64 of Drake the 8 of Asbel, 88 of Watt Racing. The 5 Little Tank's been up there before, making a little bit of contact with the wall. Same thing with the 25 of Alpha York. He had a pretty strong, then got into a wreck. So we've had a few different guys show some strength here a little bit earlier. It just when that caution came out, it was very, very untimely for the entire back half of the field. Let's see, looks like we got an even 30 laps remaining here in the final stage. 30 laps, 30 laps. I'm going to open up another bottle of ice cold water, and got a packet of raspberry lemonade here. This is what I do to stay hydrated. Keep walking. Going to keep working through the field here a little bit. Again, there's 51 of Swats. Looks like he's a little loose coming off the corners. That's how you know when it's getting closer and closer to pit road being open. In fact, it looks like both the 18 of Cowboy and the 51 of Swats are both showing that their tire light is on. So the fuel light is probably not too far off. I imagine that they'll be making their way down pit road here pretty soon. And again, that's something that the High Line really does to these trucks. You try to run that for speed, but it'll also tear up that right rear. And I'm sorry, not the right rear, the right front rather. In fact, right now on Cowboy's stream, his front right has 4% left on the tread. Right rear is at 32. Front left is at 43, and the left rear is at 54. So I have no doubt in my mind that Cowboy will probably be down pit road the next time by. These corners are pretty sweepy, and yeah, if you don't manage those tires and you don't pit when you need to, you can absolutely pop one, put it right in the wall, and that could definitely end your night. As actually, just as I say that, the 18 of Cowboy, he actually just did pop that right front. So his pit stop looks like he's going to have one pit stop or two cans of gas. It gives you 24 laps. There's 27 laps remaining, so everybody will have to pit one more time. But that damage is going to cost him a little extra time. I believe right now that since we're not seeing anybody in front of that 88, I'm gonna guess. Yep, there's the 8 Asbel down pit road. Looks like that's either the 64 or the 33 right there with him. I would imagine that Swats, he'll be coming down pit road here pretty soon. Again, these guys that didn't pit yet, they're trying to go 3 more laps, or at least 2 more laps more than Cowboy went. Cowboy went in and he was only going to get 27, and there were 29 laps remaining. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be able to save a little bit of gas, or if as the race gets closer and closer to wrapping up, if he'll be able to save a little bit of fuel. Left to see. Definitely more and more people on pit road. Here comes the 33 at Trippy Main, coming out of the pits, off the pit exit. Tripp's definitely had a pretty fast hot rod tonight. Speaking of NNR Cowboy, there he is now. 17 of Spurl, 25 of Alpha York. You know, I got to give another shout out here to Alpha York. He put on one hell of a benefit race the other night, and there were a few different charities involved. If at some point you see him racing, or if you see posts from Michael York on the Heat 4 community page. You know, give this guy a big shout out. He definitely tried his best to grab a bunch of leagues and put them together. And it was all for different charities. I mean, St. Jude's was out there and so on. And the Philly Pretzel Factory actually jumped in and actually sponsored the race. All the money that was raised between all like 30, I think it was like 38 drivers. The Philly Pretzel Factory match. Now, again, I could be off on the amount of drivers, but I am sure that the Philly Pretzel Factory did match the contributions that were gained. I think it ended up being like $78 or something like that. So as you see the Alpha York pulling off. But yeah, if you see the American Ethanol Cup Series out there racing, definitely give them a like, give them a follow. Comment, subscribe, whatever. Definitely worth it. I think the guy that was streaming for them was Atlanta Racing, so I'm sure pretty quality stream. Ada Vaswell now with the 64 of NNR Drake right in front of him. We're going to take it side by side. Going through here. Both of these guys should be on fresh tires. They should have definitely pit by now, but they're gonna stay side by side coming down the front stretch. And I tell you what, if that right there was a drag race to the finish, the Ada Vaswell got it done. It's kind of surprising to see him get it done on the low side. Although it doesn't seem like the 64 is able to really push it on that high side either. It might still be just a little bit too tight, or maybe he's got an issue with the truck where his right front wears out a little bit more, just a little bit quicker than the rest, and it's kind of conserving him. A little bit of contact there. Shoved the 8 just up track a little bit. Not too bad, though. Aswell's going to have the momentum coming off the high side. 64 is going to be able to stick with him. Fall right back in behind him going into 3 and 4. Aswell's going to stay down low. 64 is going to stay down low. Nobody immediately in their rear view. I think the only truck that was back there was the 75 of Fatless Dig. Nope, Fatless Dig's actually showing in 6th. Little Tank in 5th. Cowboy 7th, Spurl in 8th, and then Swats right now is in 9th. Speaking of Fatless Dig, here he is. So right now the field is very, very jumbled up. Because most of these guys run customs, I can't tell you who exactly is in the lead with, I think that said 18 laps remaining. The leader is on the opposite side of the track from the 18. So if the 18 is right here, the leader is just now in the middle of the backstretch. So I know it's not going to be Spurl. Alfie just now got to the middle. It's not Watt. Watt is not running a custom, so he would show up on the leaderboard. Let's see. What? I don't even think it's it could be this battle right here for a second. Again, I can't wait till Tuesday or as soon as my my Heat 5 game comes in. I'm really looking forward to having those tools to where I can actually follow along 100%. A little bit of a battle right here between the 5 of Little Tank and the 18 of Cowboy. Again, Little Tank, I believe, is on the lead lap, and Cowboy is not. Yeah, Little Tank right now is in P5, and Cowboy is in 7th. So it wasn't quite a battle for position, just a battle for track position. Definitely very, very spread out. Again, I'll grab a lap count next time by. And it's gonna be 14 laps to go. I'm gonna try to find our leader. Again, I think it's this battle right here between the 8 and the 64. I can't be 100%. Before I thought it was the 8. It was actually the 88 that was in the lead. Looks like they've got about 12 laps remaining, and Cowboys only got 11 laps of fuel left, so he's got to save just a little bit going through these corners. He definitely doesn't want to lose a lap because he's got to pit for 1 lap of gas. That'd be very, very hard for anybody to take. So he really just needs to kind of back it off the throttle, save what he can to go that 1 lap, maybe even make up a position or two if there is anybody ahead of him on the track that's also 1 lap down. Here is the 18 of Cowboy that I was just talking about. Looks like any damage that he got earlier has been fixed up. Right now he's back in 7th, and it looks like the guy that he's battling for to try to get his lap back is the 75 of Fatless Dig. Fatless right now is actually right up here. Fatless is going down the back stretch, and Cowboy is just now going across the start stripe, which, by the way, is 11 laps remaining. So if he's 1 lap down, we are now at 10 laps to go here. 10 laps to go, and again, I believe that your leaders, this is the battle for the win. 64 of Drake, or exclusively Elite, as what he used to go by, and then the 8 of Asbel. Exclusively Elite, or Drake now, he kind of let the 8 go by earlier. Not sure if he did it to save tires or what the issue or idea was, but either way, he's stuck with the 8 where others couldn't have. And it's not all draft. He's actually got a pretty good truck staying right up there with him. Again, these guys are teammates. He joined Rook Racing right after a couple of other guys decided that their time in NNR had come to pass. So they're doing everything that they can. It looks like they're working pretty well together. Now, we saw these two come off the corner a couple times side by side. 1 lap, it was the 64 had the advantage. The next lap was the 8. A little bit of instability in the lobby. 8 and the 64 both lagging at the same exact time. Hopefully, we're able to finish this race out. The servers have definitely had some issues here over the last little bit, but yeah, hope that they can ride it out. It was, let me see, now 7 laps to go. There's Fatless in 6th right now. He's got the 5 of Little Tank in front of him. Either some instability or the 18 of Cowboys looking a little loose right there. He might be trying to save gas and turning into the corner at the same time, because he was showing as 1 lap short on fuel. I'm going to guess that he's really, really trying to save it. 17 of Spurl, 51 of Swats down low. 25, I believe, of Alpha York down there as well. 17 and 51 make a little bit of contact. That's going to allow those two to scoot on by. 51 is definitely pushing it, where I think the 17 might have been trying to save a little bit of gas. He might be in the same boat that Cowboys in. Again, 8 up high, 64 down low. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Boy, if these guys actually race it out instead of follow through, it could mean a lot. I mean, Drake's he's not in the run for the championship. He joined NNR just a little too late. I didn't see the 17 Squirrel go ahead and pull on over, let the leaders go. That way they can race it out amongst themselves. That's some great sportsmanship by him. 64 is going to give that 8 a little bit of a shot going into the corner. And now he's going to try to pull on down, get to that left rear quarter panel. Almost a little bit of contact, but the 8 has the 51 of SWAT to draft off of, and that's absolutely going to help him out. SWAT's going to go up high. 64 is going to run the middle. 8's going to go down low. 64 is going to get back in the gas, get right in between. No, he's actually going to pull it down low. Excuse me. Excuse me. It looks like we got about 3 laps remaining, so this is why this battle right here is heating up. 8 down low, 64 still up high, trying everything that he can. Who is the 51 of SWAT's going to go with? Will he go with the 64? Or will he go with the 8 of Asbel? The guy that's got a pretty good lock on most wins this year. But 64 is absolutely fighting hard, coming off of and going into the corners. Right now, it's going to be it's too close to call. 2 laps remaining for these guys, just kind of sticking with them right here. Actually going to go to the 64. There we go. And we're going to ride along with this guy for these last couple laps, see what, if anything, he's going to be able to do with this 8 truck. I don't think he will, but we'll have to see. Definitely getting into the corner a little bit deeper than the 8, ramming that back tailgate as the 8's got some help again up front. Looks like the 51 of SWAT's is now behind these guys, so I'm going to guess that is the 25 of Alpha York in front. And that's going to be it, guys. Haswell's going to bring it home. Drake's going to be second, Trip third, Watt Racing fourth, Little Tank fifth, Fatless Dig, NNR Cowboy, Alpha York, SWATs, NNR Spurl, and then Papa Bear to bring it on home in P11. Great race by these guys. Whole lot of side-by-side, a little bit of passing. What am I saying? A little bit, a lot of passing. We saw some guys taking the run into the corner and able to complete the slide job in full. Saw at times 3 wide, quite a bit of double wide. Whole lot of single car action, especially after green flag pit stops were completed. But in the end, the 8 of Asbel able to get it done. Drake and Trip, both Asbel's teammates, so definitely a team effort all the way around. Watt Racing, last week's winner, comes in 4th. Little Tank got it done in P5. Again, Fatless Dig, last week's Xfinity winner in the last week's Xfinity winner at Michigan in P6. Alpha York, Cowboy, SWAT, Spurl, Papa Bear. That's your full field. All right, so I don't want to go there. Let's go ahead and pull up our truck post race. There we go. Let me close down these guys and wait for our top 3 to come on up, slide into the booth. So far, I see Asbel, I see Drake, and I see Trip. So, Trippy Main, NNR Trip, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Pete?
I tell you, I'm looking at this top 3, and I see NNR. I'm glad to see all the community pride that Rook Racing is expressing, especially the guy formerly known as Exclusively Elite, now NNR Drake. That's pretty cool as well, coming up runner-up. But, man, it seemed like you, Drake, Asbel, the 88, the 5, and you can mix in the 75 of Fatless Dig on occasion. We're up inside the top 5 for most of the race. In fact, I think the 88 took stage 2, if I'm not mistaken. But man, it really looked like it was Rook Racing up front most of the race. I'm going to guess that y'all kind of worked together, came up with a setup together, and really got prepared for tonight.
Yeah, I just tried to follow them guys. They were blowing me away. I tried. Gave what I had.
Well, how much of a factor was the draft here at Homestead?
I mean, I feel like it was a big factor, but I don't know. I feel like them guys in the front, they just had something figured out, and they was pulling away, no matter what we did.
Well, were you guys? I mean, I know that you and Asbel worked together. I know Drake and Asbel kind of started working together in the latter half of the season after some other people decided that NNR wasn't for them anymore. Um, don't the three of you work together?
Yep. When
So
we get together, we try to.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like a Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, and then Eric Jones kind of thing, where Eric Jones supposedly has all the same equipment, just not really.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
not Joe Gibbs there, buddy. Strictly Hendrick.
Uh-huh. But anyway, man, it was definitely good to see you up there. That 33 looked pretty dominant. I love the red, white, and blue paint schemes that you and Drake put out on track tonight, man. I know you're not in it for. Well, actually, no, I think you are. You're still in it for the championship, aren't you?
Yep. I think I was 1 point behind Swats.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So this is definitely going to be a positive point for you. Where did you finish in the first couple stages?
I got fourth in both.
Well, there you go. So fourth, and third, you'll definitely be moving on up. Congrats, man. Any shout outs from your trip?
Thanks. To my teammates, Rick Racing, everybody there, every single one of them, always helping me every week get better and better.
And man, it definitely shows. Congrats again. And then we move on to
Thanks.
old Drake, NNR Drake now. For anybody out there that knew him by any other name, yes, exclusively Elite is now showing some NNR pride. How you doing, Drake?
I'm doing good, Pete.
Well, buddy, you left another team. Well, that circumstance was what it was. But you're now with hanging out with the likes of Asbel and Tripp. I'm not sure if Boehner's in on that mix and anybody else part of this whole Rook Racing deal. When Rook stands for rookie, but yet Rook Racing is doing pretty well this season. I've got to say, talk us through your race. Definitely on the back bumper of Asbel. I mean, I saw you completing slide jobs. I saw you battling for on the outside of them, on the inside of them, trying the different lines to see where you could have gotten around that 8 truck. What you have left that you could have tried if you had maybe another lap or two?
I really don't know if there was anything left I could do. I could catch them, but once I would get within 2/10, just all the dirty air would make me tight or cut me loose off exit. So I tried. The only thing I had, the only other thing I think of him for, but he didn't budge.
Gotcha. Yeah, Asbel is definitely a formidable adversary. But man, it's gonna be a great couple more weeks left in the 2020 season. We've got Martinsville next week, and then of course we're gonna wrap up the season at Atlanta. What do you think your chances are of maybe getting it done at one of these last couple tracks?
I really like Martinsville, and I heard some rumors about Asbel not showing up next week, so that helps a lot with that.
Correct, Mundo.
Wow.
And
Man,
then Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's basically just another plate track, so.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that our race doesn't end up like the Pro League race was like just a couple weeks ago, where it's just all bottom feeding, no ifs, ands, or buts. I ran a few laps in Atlanta, and it seemed like you could really get that high line moving, just kind of like a Chicago or a Vegas. But yeah, it's definitely a whole lot of draft there. Where'd you finish in the first couple stages?
Won stage 1 and then finished second in stage 2.
I thought you won stage 1, but I didn't want to say I didn't. I had a feeling I'd probably be off, but man, I'm glad you're able to get that done. Definitely looking forward to seeing what you're able to do next year when you've got a full season to work on your setups, a full season to work with an entire team. I have a feeling most of Rook Racing, if I'm not mistaken, will stick together. Y'all seem to work very, very well. Any shout outs from you, Drake?
Just to you, Pete, putting the races together. SWAT's keeping the league going. Corey, and then you got Aswell, who runs the team, takes care of everybody, helps everyone out, and then everyone else who watches. Also for all the troops.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah, I actually talked a little bit about Madison Rising in the beginning and how the lead singer of Madison Rising gone his own way under the name of Dave Bray USA. He's a former Navy corpsman. He actually got attached to a Marine unit to work with them and was deployed many, many times. And their whole mission is all about fire, police, EMS, all the first responders, U.S. military, and all that. So I agree with you 100%, especially being an Air Force veteran myself. So, man, definitely appreciate that, Drake.
Oh yes, no problem, Pete.
Definitely gotta love that red, white, and blue scheme both you and Trip had going tonight. But congrats again, bud.
Thank you, man.
Yep. And then the man of the hour, the guy that keeps stinking up my daggone streams, Asbel. What are you doing?
Not much, Pete.
Not much, you liar. Whatever. Buddy, I tell you, it's good to talk to you again, as always. I tease you a little bit, but damn, I know you're fast. I'd love to know what kind of aces you got up your sleeve, or who's turning up that horseshoe every now and then to give you a little bit more luck. But you definitely had a very fast, very dominant car. I thought you were in the lead at the end of stage one when Watt Racing was able to complete that. But you got mired a little bit further back in traffic, I guess. And then throughout stage three, you were way in the back after starting in the front. I missed whether it was a little bit of wall contact or how you ended up going from like first or second lined up side by side with Drake to about seventh or eighth, and then you worked your way back up through the field again. At a track that you either got a choice of the high lane, middle lane, or low lane, what lane seemed to really work for you the best throughout the night?
It seems like when somebody's trying to pass it usually go to the bottom, so I'll just use the high lane to keep the momentum coming out the corner. But more or less, I'd rather the bottom lane. It just seems like the top lane don't work as well as it should, like it does in real life, so I just stick with the bottom.
Gotcha. Now, were you one of those on a lower preset tonight and worked your way down on the wedge, or did you start a little bit higher and then tighten it up as you needed throughout the night?
I mean, I went with a 6. I mean, I didn't really change much to it because it seemed to do pretty good by itself.
Guy. Well, I definitely followed along with a lot of the runs that you had, coming off the high side when you were up there. Granted, it was not all that often, but man, you definitely had a rocket tonight. That's another win that old Asbel's gonna notch in his belt. Any shout-outs from that 8 truck?
Yeah, man, I wish Trippy was still in here, but I gotta do a signature and that man, but he's not in there no more. But I gotta say thank you to Trippy, the Fatless, Drake, Spurl, Alpha, SWATs. We all just try to work together. And it sucked. They got stuck a lot down at second stage because SWAT saved fuel. So I mean, and all in all, it was a great race. I just wish those guys weren't stuck a lot down. It'd been more racier. I mean, that third stage, I think I hit the wall a little bit coming out the corner, so I just stayed in the wall so I wouldn't hit nobody. And then something happened with Alpha. I don't know I think he got loose or whatever, and he wrecked. And on my screen, he was moving, and all of a sudden he just stopped dead in front of me. I was like, oh, maybe if I get a crap ton of damage, or there's going to be a caution. And I hit him, and apparently I had damage on my hood, but I could not find where the damage was at all. And then after the caution came out, I think when I called up to him, and he said, Drake was like, dude, what's wrong with that damage on your hood? Like, it actually shows you have damage? That's crazy. Because, I mean, you can go back on my stream, I'm looking at my front, and I don't have no damage on my hood at all. So I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was actually on the 25 when that happened, and you could definitely hear the difference in his motor when you got up underneath him because yeah you definitely sent him around. um, yeah, so it might have been one of those not on my screen kind of deals, but if you didn't see the damage, it might have just been a little bit of lag. These servers have not been the greatest these last couple weeks, but yeah, you definitely lifted them up and sent them around. But man, congrats on another W. We got a couple more weeks. We got next at Martinsville. I know you still got the Xfinity race this week, and then we're wrapping it up just at Atlanta. A couple more weeks. You ready for the end of the season and move on to Heat 5 and see what you're able to do next year in the Cup Series?
Absolutely, Pete.
I don't doubt it, buddy. I don't doubt it. Well, as far as your buddy Boehner says, you'll be contending for top fives right out of the gate. And man, after the demonstration that you've put on this season since you joined right around Charlotte, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be able to do next year. Congrats on another W, sir.
Thank you, Pete.
All right. As for me, I will actually be back tomorrow night when the Farewell to Heat 4 Pro Invitational comes on back. We'll actually be running setups tomorrow at Watkins Glen. We're going to be kicking off somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Definitely be sure to follow along. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. That way you know every time I go live, whether it's with that series or if it's with NNR, as usual on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night. Again, Tuesday night, we'll be right back here with the Xfinity Series. Get to call that race with the one and only Stout Whiskey in the booth. And then on Thursday, hopefully, the one and only HD Motorsports will be back with me for those Cup guys. But until then, as always, I hope everybody had a very uneventful yet enjoyable 4th of July. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and yeah, I'll catch y'all on track later.